how to deliver great products but in an agile environment and make sure you satisfy your clients. So just a little bit about me. So I have 3 years product design experience. I've worked with lots of startups and then big companies like BT as well. Degrees in economics, marketing, innovation, and I like to specialize in agile software development, personalization and mass customization, and the platform business model. So I currently run a company called Protofast. What we do is we deliver prototypes quickly for companies who are looking to test their ideas or raise funds from investors. So the problem right now is, Agile software development and user experience design. So Agile is about moving very fast and, typically the user experience design process, researching, making sure you understand the problem well, doing enough tests and, understanding it enough to make sure you deliver value. But in most agile environments, everything has to move very, very fast. So it's a big problem to a lot of UX designers. Like for instance, this is a story about someone called Martin. He's under a lot of pressure from stakeholders and his product owner, to deliver very fast. But there's just not enough time, and he's pretty much a wireframe monkey in code, just churning out wireframes every day, and this is not the way to work. So it's how do we move fast, but move in the right direction as well. It's complex. It's actually a complex and popular problem. So I put out this post on LinkedIn a while back, trying to connect with UX designers who have this problem. And it led me down the hole of doing a lot of research and understanding from UX designers' perspectives and other people all around the world. So I spoke to about 17 UX designers in Amsterdam, Cairo, Lagos, Nigeria, New York, so many countries. I attended UX roundtables with design directors, and I read existing literature on how this works. So these are 6 things that can improve UX performance in Agile. So the first thing is the product owner or manager should have UX design experience. What I mean is, oftentimes a product owner, might have an idea on how to improve the product, but they pretty much put all the pressure on the UX designer to churn out wireframes. And I feel if a product owner or manager had some experience designing wireframes themselves, they could pretty much do this and put it in the story they're writing. It makes it easier for the entire team to pick up a brief and understand what's being designed. But just quickly, does everyone here know what I'm talking about when I say agile software development? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so just because a couple of people are looking a bit lost, so I was just trying to make sure. So yeah, it typically starts with a brief written by the product owner. And then this brief, most of the time, or where I worked at BT, was just the idea. And then it was handed over to the UX designer to come up with the wireframe of the idea, or the process or the journey of, executing this idea. So I feel the product owner should be able to churn out the wireframes themselves to make it more collaborative. I personally feel that in an agile environment, you can't have a UX designer. You pretty much should only have product designers. So you might have UX researcher or a product designer, but no, it shouldn't be anyone who feels I'm the one who's in charge of improving the UX design of the process. Every single member of the team should be a UX designer in some shape or form. If you're a copywriter, you should be a UX writer. You should be writing to improve the product. Same thing, even the front-end developer should be a UX engineer. Everyone on the team should be UX in some shape or form. So there shouldn't be one person in charge of the UX process. The go-live date is king, so everyone needs to respect the dates. We've decided to make things go live. It should be an iterative process. You might put it out shit at first, but as time goes on, you should make it better over time. But you shouldn't keep on going back and skipping, go-live dates. Make sure everything goes live when it's meant to go live. I feel you should use the wider business. Now, everything I'm saying here is up for debate. This is how I feel you can improve your process. Use the wider business for some usability tests. Have a stakeholder who's actually to design the product come in for tests as well. They should be present while you're testing the product. That way they understand the impact and importance of the UX process in an agile environment. Have a specific day every week for user tests. So at BT, I was trying to introduce something called a collab day. A couple of companies do it. So it could be a Thursday, have that day specifically for UX tests, for usability tests. Bring in people have someone recruit the users and test the product you're designing with them. So test your prototypes with them. It makes it easier for like you to keep on continuously have feedback on the things you're designing. And 6, it's all about value. So if at the moment you currently deliver value as soon as your user needs it, then it's okay. You don't need to follow any of these designs. But what typically happens is, a lot of pushback, meaning that, the go live date is postponed and, there's not enough value delivered as at when it needs to be delivered to the users. And I kind of think like there should be a process that flows this way, more of in a, iterative process. This looks a bit like a waterfall process, but it's not waterfall. You can always go back and correct things. So it should start with like data or research insights put into a brief written by the product owner with the wireframe. Then everyone comes together for a spike to generate ideas of how we're going to go about achieving this. The designers create a prototype to be tested, wherever you use it, Excel, Sketch, whatever tool you're familiar with. The collab data test for usability. Hand this over to the build stage where the devs build the product, goes to the user acceptance test, and then it goes live. So it's an iterative process that can go back depending on what needs to happen. And that's the end of the talk. I just had to make this as quick and fast as possible. I should probably just go back a little, so if anyone wants to read this. I wanted this to be more about asking questions and people who feel what if this doesn't work, or what if that doesn't work, or what about this in that situation. So this is how I feel things should be. Currently, I think what happens is, the product owner hands over the brief to the UX designer, and then the UX designer goes off to do research by themselves, and then hands this over to a UI designer who turns this into a high fidelity prototype, and then it goes for testing. But I feel in UX in an agile environment, it should be more about educating the entire team, so everyone is UX in some shape or form. So there's no UX designer here. Everyone is a designer, is a UXer in some shape or form. So it's a designer. It's the devs here, the designers here. Everyone here is a UXer. So this is how I feel it should work instead. And that's it really. Cheers, guys.